Welcome back to a revisit. We've got a KTM 690 SMCR here that we've had in before and done a video about it that sort of create a lot of questions and loads of people sort of putting in some input. Interestingly, it's come back in now for a little bit of service work and some valve clearances, but more importantly, it's got a different exhaust. So we are going to go ahead and get some base runs from that exhaust. We're going to compare them to before. It's not directly comparable, different day, all that kind of thing. And then we're going to see if it needs mapping for that exhaust to see if it was the exhaust that was holding the bike back or seemingly holding the bike back, or whether or not it was the DNA filter that has the no airbox lid. And for those that haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, check out the description and there's a link in there to our previous video talking about this KTM. So I'm going to go and do some base runs. You can watch. Thanks for coming along. Well, there we go. That's runs done. I've seen the result. Interesting. I think it answers a few questions. So let's show you the result. Well, we've done lots of runs and we're looking at here basically. So we've got two are from before and obviously one is from today. So what we've got before is this green one. Right, this green one is when we had the stock air filter box, the last exhaust system on there, which if you check the previous video, you'll see what that was. And basically a zero map on the power commander. The next one, you can see there, now that's when we added the DNA, I believe, DNA filter. But with the open airbox. I'll show you that again in this video because I've got to pop the seat off to put some side panels on. Obviously, I need to put the seat on because that's really as it's going to be ridden. And you can see there an enormous gain in the mid-range and a loss at the top. But now we've got a completely different exhaust system on there. I'll show you that in a jiffy. But now you can see we've got the red one. Now that red one basically is now smoking the previous setup on the top end. Interestingly, when I first ran this, if I come up here, when I first ran this, why didn't that come up? There we go. So without a map, so we can find that. That's what we had. So the new exhaust with the old map actually gave us a bit more than original stock, but looked like stock. It's only after some additional Power Commander 6 mapping that we've been able to get this red line here, which blows away all previous runs. So let's just take some of these away and we will get left with what we are, because then we can drop torque on there without getting too busy. And we can see that we've ended up with just short of 71 horsepower and just short of 52 foot-pound of torque with a lovely fuel curve there, which is hard. That's hard to get. And I'm not blowing my trumpet. It's hard to get consistency because of the type of air filter that's in there. But now that is a very different bike. Admittedly, when I started doing this video, I was a bit concerned that actually it had been a backward step. Obviously you can see there by the power run, but with additional fuel mapping, some ignition work, we've managed to exceed the previous. So let's have a look to see what he's got now. We've got the Tecmo exhaust. You can see our Dyno Lambda tucked under there. But we've got the Tecmo exhaust, and that is now going into an Arrow can. So that, combined with the DNA lidless filter, has given us the result that we saw up there. Seats popped off, so this is the filter. There we go. This is the filter that's currently installed, freshly cleaned and oiled, may I add, because it has just been serviced. But that is the filter that, if you watch the previous video, we did put in. So I think we have our answer. Clearly, the old setup, the DVR exhaust, wasn't working as well as this Techno job, because the difference is phenomenal, to be fair. I know a lot of people have used the DVR. Some people have made some comments in there. Some people have made comments in the previous section about the exhaust and about the air filter setup and that kind of thing. I'm sometimes not a fan of these just because of the pressure difference that's created, and you can get some inconsistency. But regardless of fan or not, the proof's in the pudding. Okay, granted, they were on different days and different strapping and all that kind of thing. I get that, but there's too much of a difference on those readouts to say that this setup didn't make changes. So there you have it, folks. For those that obviously are interested, a 690 SMCR mapped here on our Dynojet dyno using a Power Commander 6, because we're not able to do the ECU on these just yet. So we're using the Power Commander 6 on this. And if you want anything like this done for yourself, then by all means, give us a shout. You've got the details. It's going to be in the description. And until next time, thanks for watching.